drone, which is now kind of lifting above Parc Arts, are going to take over the whole of Wales. But there are lots of buildings a bit like Park Chapel, as it would have been. Do you think what you've got going here could be modelled somewhere else? Could it be replicated in West Wales, North Wales, East Wales?
Wales? We were talking about this, and Abs actually had an amazing thought just about reviving and rediscovering like who the Welsh people are anyway. That, for example, Eisteddfod. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
I guess I was just thinking about how for us as a nation of Wales, like Cymru Fach, it's in our blood, it's in our DNA. This need to make. This joy of poetry, this joy of words, of song, of tune, of harmony. It's in the makeup of who we are. And I think maybe in some places we've forgotten that or lost that slightly. So just kind of reawakening that. I mean, Eisteddfod is one of the biggest cultural festivals in the world, and it happens here. It's not that we aren't doing it or haven't done it. Sometimes it's that we've almost forgot it, to enjoy it, to relish it, to celebrate it. We should be, if we want to, I guess Nate and I would be like, let's be careful to not use art. It's not a vehicle. It's something to be enjoyed, it's something to be celebrated. It's something we get to have. It's a gift to be part of. It's something that most people want to do, even if they don't want to show it to someone. They might still want to write a poem one day. They might still want to take a photo of a beautiful sunset they saw because they're stirred. And so we should, as the church and across these kind of buildings in Wales, we should be enjoying art. If we want to be in it, we need to start using it, and not using it for an end, but just for the joy. And it will find conversations, because it does that. It will bring dialogues. It will open spaces to connect with people, just because that's what making does to us.
Parc Arts works well on two levels. One, because art works well in engaging communities. It works well on, C.S. Lewis talked about stealing past the watchful dragons, that sense of actually provoking the heart and opening up a conversation, asking questions, as opposed to just here's the answers all the time. But also Parc Arts works well because that's what's here. So you wouldn't want to just kind of take Parc Arts and go bam, 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 stamp it all over Wales.
It loses its authenticity.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And so I think there are obviously things that can be transported quite easily, in the sense of exhibitions are great for engaging, for example, the local primary school. That's really cool. Workshops with an artist, or doing a kind of a live performance of music and stories and poetry. Yeah, those things work really well. But obviously every little chapel in and across kind of the hills of Wales, they'll have their thing that they can be celebrating, and kind of should be. And maybe that's, coffee shops, maybe that's a group of fun runners or cyclists, but it's those meaningful kind of connections that are true to the local people. I would say I would encourage, like Abs was all the local churches rediscovering what it is to enjoy art making and adding to the world positively. I had an amazing conversation with a lady in Indianapolis. She runs an art centre, and she learnt that it's possible for the local church to be a bad neighbour. And so she was processing that, and they ended up building art galleries as part of their work, because they were passionate of okay, well, we've got artists in our area, how do we just support them? Samaritan stuff, the Good Samaritan, how do we just enable the neighbour in our midst? And I think every local church can rediscover that sense of hang on, there's people living their life, adding to the world outside our walls. How do we just get involved with that stuff? How do we positively add to the world alongside our neighbour, or enable our neighbour to do that better? I don't know what that's going to look like, but there's a real excitement and encouragement of hey, these churches don't have to just be what they are in terms of set pews and a set programme. Let's have a look on what's on the doorstep. Yes. We don't have to close this down. Maybe there's just a group of people ready to go and get engaged with this space and with this people.
That's very interesting. And it takes, because the focus is shift for you to art and community. None of the pressure of we've got these Sunday services, we've got to do all this stuff that a church has to do. You can just enjoy doing what you're doing.
And I guess another encouragement really for us at this time, 3.5 years to the work we've been doing here since Parc Arts is kind of opened publicly, is now we've got this kind of sister church plant in Pontypridd, Capel y Bont. And so actually there's a really enlightening sense. We don't have to do it all by ourselves. Parc Arts is not a silver bullet that will just solve all of the problems that we have in our hearts and minds when it comes to kind of engaging communities with art and faith. We just don't have to do that on our own. We've got our brothers and sisters. The town council have been amazing. The county council, there's all these people that are supporting us. We're not a lone wolf by any means. And so actually for all these small churches who can feel, these small little chapels can feel like it's all us and we're on our own, maybe there's just people ready to partner with. And so, we here don't have those pressures of got to run church services, because thanks be to God, we can kind of offset that to another local church that are doing an amazing job doing that, so we just get to do that together. One body, many parts, that kind of stuff.